What's up, Tasty? I'm David. And like you, my fellow Tasty producers and I have been stuck at home. It's just a safer place to be right now. We're social distancing, but that doesn't mean we can't still cook together, right? So I'm gonna ask all my friends who have recently become home chefs to submit their best at-home quarantine-proof recipe to help us get through these tough times. And each episode, you're gonna decide which recipe is the best. Welcome to Quarantine Chef Down.
Hey guys, my name is Kelly Page. I live in Los Angeles, California. Me, my husband, and our 2 kids are stuck inside our 2-bedroom house. We're trying to do a lot of cooking with our 3-year-old because he is a very active little guy and he is bored as hell. And today I'm going to be making a ranch chicken pot pie with cheddar drop biscuit.
Hey everybody, I'm Andrew and I am here in my home in Los Angeles and I'm going to show you how to make my all-time favorite comfort food, pasta carbonara.
So the first thing I'm going to do is chop my veggies. I'm saving any scraps I might have and I'll freeze them and make some sort of stock with them. Next up, I'm going to do some carrots. The thing I love about pot pies is it's an amazing way to sneak veggies in, and you can customize it to things your kids will eat. Whatever you find lying in your fridge or freezer, feel free to add it. You can't go wrong here.
So one trick for a perfectly poached egg is white vinegar. I'm using white wine vinegar. What the vinegar is going to do is it's going to help the egg white solidify. And let's go ahead and drop in our egg. You can see the whites are kind of forming around the yolk, and that's just the egg doing its thing. This should take about 90 seconds to 2 minutes. All right, this egg is poached perfectly. So now I'm just going to transfer it to a paper towel lined plate, and then we'll save it until we're ready to plate it up.
I've melted about 2 tablespoons of butter over low heat. So I'm going to add my onions and cook them just until softened, about 5 minutes. This little guy, his name is Teddy. He woke up early from his nap. He's going to help mommy cook. What do we say? No crunchy onions. No crunchy onions. Now I'm going to add our carrots, potatoes. And we just want to cook these until they're softened. They'll finish cooking in the oven. You like that? Yeah. Next, I'm going to add my cauliflower. Again, we're not cooking this through. We're just going to let it soften a little bit and it'll finish cooking in the oven once we put the biscuits on top. Now I'm going to add in my garlic. And my trick is to use a microplane to grate it in. You saute it 30 seconds, a minute. So I'm going to add the flour to make our roux. So cook this like 3 to 4 minutes, stirring occasionally so it doesn't burn the bottom of the pan. And then after that, we'll add our milk. So you're going to slowly add the milk in, scraping up all the brown bits on the bottom of the pan, and then let it simmer until it's thickened. This can take anywhere from 5 to 7 minutes, depending on how high your heat is, but just keep watching it to make sure it's not burning on the bottom. This is almost there. I'm going to add that ranch seasoning packet. Oh my god, it smells so good. It smells like my childhood. You see how thick this is getting? This is exactly what we want. I'm going to turn the heat off. So I'm adding my chicken and the zucchini. So you might be wondering why I didn't cook the zucchini with the rest of the veggies. I'm adding it at the end so it will get a chance to cook when it goes in the oven without it overcooking and becoming a watery mess. So this is looking perfect. It's thickened, everything's well combined. I'm just gonna let it sit to come to room temperature, wait for Dylan to wake up, and then we'll make the biscuits. What'd you say?
Action! My name is Dylan.
And what are we gonna make?
Biscuits.
Tell everybody you washed your hands.
I'm washing my hands.
As you guys know, I don't have enough flour to make biscuits, so we're using pancake mix. So we have pancake mix
Yeah, pancake.
that has all of our leavening agents.
Like this?
Pancake. So we're gonna add a little bit of salt.
Can I do it?
Yeah, just a pinch. No, too much. Perfect. Now you're gonna whisk it together. Yeah, whisk it.
Okay, thanks, Mom.
Whisk it.
And don't forget eggs.
What is that?
It's cheese.
This is butter.
I'm gonna throw it in.
Okay. Can you throw all of them in?
Okay. This is very cool butter.
Oops. And why are we using cold butter?
Because we like cold butter.
So mommy's gonna break up all these little butter pieces until they're the size of peas. So this looks great to me. Want to show everyone? I'm gonna go wash my hands. Hold on.
So I'm going to start, chop the bacon, and then we're going to cook it. I'm going to go over medium heat. And I'm gonna add in the bacon now into a cold pan. It helps the fat render out a lot better. I use the same bowl and put the egg into it, and then we'll whisk it up in there. Break it on the countertop. This way you know there won't be any shells. Just set that aside until you're ready to use it. You're just gonna cook the bacon until it gets crispy. Really, you don't need to do anything fancy with it. You're gonna cook it till it gets crispy. You're gonna take it out of the pan using a slotted spoon, and you're gonna set it aside on a paper towel lined plate. I've got all this beautiful brown bacon bits in the pan and all this bacon fat. I just wanna add a little bit more fat to this. I'm gonna throw in some butter, about a tablespoon of butter. We're gonna let that melt down, and then what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna create the sauce using some boiling water. And what I also want to do is I want to add one of my favorite things, and something that's very important to this dish is cheese. So I'm just going to throw in a bunch of Parmesan cheese into this kind of boiling water mixture. I'll let that all melt and create this really creamy, cheesy sauce. I'm going to bring this up to a boil, and I'm going to let it simmer away until it's all melted together and really silky and beautiful. So now I've got this boiling. Season it a little bit with some salt. When I went into this social isolation period, I went to the grocery store and I was able to find everything I kind of needed, but I was not able to get pasta. So what I had to do was I had to get a little creative. I went into my pantry and I found an old friend from my early 20s, ramen noodles. Here comes the magic. So we're just gonna add a block of ramen. So what you can do is you can grab a fork and kind of work it around here. This should take maybe 3 minutes. Okay, so you want to turn off the heat once you've gotten to this step. The common mistake that a lot of people make when making carbonara is that they throw the eggs in when the pasta's too hot or when it's still on the heat, and then you have scrambled eggs in your dish. You really want it to create a cohesive sauce. I have my one kind of lightly scrambled egg. I'm gonna toss it in here. We're just gonna really quickly stir it all together, and you can see it kind of all coming together as one. Add a little bit more of the boiling water if you need it. We've got this really nice creamy eggy pasta. I want to throw in our crumbled bacon. Let's go ahead and mix it up. It already smells like carbonara. All right, let's grab our pasta. Put it over here.
So we added the milk and stirred it. It's thick like this. Now we're just gonna drop it on top of our casserole and bake it. So just take a big dollop and scoop it on top.
We're gonna cook this for 20 minutes.
In a 400-degree oven.
Okay.
Pulling it out of the oven. It's perfect. Biscuits are cooked through, they're golden brown. The filling is bubbling away. All right. Teddy. Teddy. A teddy dog. The pot pie is out of the oven. I've let it cool a little bit, and I'm gonna serve it up to Dylan and see what he thinks. So that is it. That's how you make this ranch chicken pot pie with cheddar drop biscuits. I think his favorite part is the biscuit. Oh, okay. Here. It is so fluffy. It is so tender. And who would have known it's made from pancake mix?
You can see it steaming. It looks creamy, delicious, bacony, eggy. You could eat this for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, no matter what. I'm gonna top it with some more cheese. Another major component of this is black pepper. And now for the pièce de résistance, our poached egg on top. Oh, that egg yolk. There's something about this. It's giving me nostalgia, it's giving me comfort all at the same time. It's kind of, taking my mind off of everything that's going on right now, and I am very excited for you guys to make this. I think you're really gonna enjoy it.
Wow, Andrew, that looks amazing. You're definitely gonna give Kelly a run for her money. So if you could only choose one recipe out of those two to make while you're stuck at home on quarantine, which one would it be? Would you go with Andrew's ramen noodle carbonara, or would it be Kelly's chicken pot pie with biscuits? Let us know in the comments below. And if you happen to be watching this on the day it comes out, head over to Tasty's Instagram story and vote there. Now, I want you all to stay safe and remain healthy. And remember, we're gonna get through this together. I'm David, and I'll see you next time.
Oh, yes!